all the homes that you're selling. You should put one of these right into those.
Everybody, I'm Chris Donnell with Remax West Coast and the Donnell Real Estate Group, Richmond's Community Realtors. And this week on episode 14 of Amazing Richmondites, I'm happy to have Mark Friedman with us today. Mark and his wife have been residents here of Richmond since 1979, raising their two beautiful daughters in Steveston, along with their two dogs, Snake and Rabbit. Stacy and Mark are the owners of SOS Emergency Response Technologies, and their office has been in the Richmond area for over 20 years. Mark and Stacy first started with SOS as a Red Cross first aid instructor over 20 years ago, and before they were even married, and 10 years ago, Stacy and Mark purchased the company from the founding partner, becoming the sole owners and operators of SOS. While Stacy oversees the operational side of the company, Mark oversees the development of sales and education component, ensuring that they are offering the best possible training in regards to emergency response, earthquake awareness, and mental health awareness training. So Mark, how are you doing today, my friend?
Doing good. The sun's shining. I'm kind of happy and can't wait to get home and enjoy the last part of the summer day.
There we go, my friend. So let's kick it off here. I like to always ask everybody, tell us something interesting about yourself. And I know what you're going to say.
You think so?
I think so, because I saw something in your upstairs in your office that may be kind of cool.
Let me tell you. Well, I used to myself personally. I used to be a professional boxer. I was a fighter. I've had Paco Wild Dogs Combat Club for longer than I can remember, and that's actually where Stacy and I met. She started boxing with me that long ago. I'm trying not to say dates too much because I've been in Richmond since 1979, and that means I was 10 years old when I came here. So you guys can kind of figure out how long I've been in Richmond for, but y'all how old I am. But yeah, definitely from combat sports to having a gym and teaching boxing. So I'm a big coach for the Paco Wild Dogs Combat Club. I'm the head coach there. We put on shows. We put on combat shows, boxing shows, grappling shows. I've been doing that for actually a little bit longer than I've been doing SOS. So that's a little bit something that's different than what we're talking about today.
Absolutely. Well, that's really cool. I know when we took a tour of your guys' warehouse there, you had the full ring and everything set up upstairs there. And I really wanted you to throw me against the rings and just start pounding on me, but you wouldn't do that.
Well, you gotta have to first learn how to box a little bit.
I'm like competitors.
My competitors, they can do it for me. I don't do that anymore. I've got all the young kids now, so we got a big kids class. So if you want to get in the ring, I'll put you in with the kids.
They'll probably still kick my butt. So what have you guys been doing to better our community? I know we spoke about this a few weeks ago, but I'd love for you to share with everybody what you guys are doing and bringing awareness to our city here.
Well, one of my biggest passions, of course, being boxing is one part of it, but the other part of it is health and safety. I've been teaching as a first aid instructor also for, as long as I've been in this company. Started as a first aid instructor. My passion is health and safety. I love teaching and presenting on this topic. I believe in the programs that we have here. I believe in the oxygen that we have here, the automated defibrillators and all that. So, for us, the community's been, when you go into a company and you set up their first aid room and they have oxygen and automated defibrillators and someone has a medical emergency in the workplace and they're prepared, that's one of my biggest things that I love more than anything. Getting people prepared and ready, because being prepared is one of the biggest things to do, because, when someone hits the ground and they hit hard and you don't know what to do and you're frozen, at least if you have the tools that you have and the training that you have that we provided you, the faster you can get help there, the faster they have a better chance of survival. the faster you can paramedic to get down to the site, the faster, the better chance of survival for somebody who hits the ground. So, that's what we do.
Well, incredible there, Mark. Now, what motivates you to do what you guys are doing?
Well, I guess over the years, I definitely have a lot of phone calls, and I get a lot of people who, I stay in touch with and everything, that we've definitely changed some lives with first aid and health and safety and all that. But I guess the biggest motivation now is our new project with the mental health first aid. We are definitely teaching the course, the mental health first aid course. And I found out that I have the perfect product when it comes to mental health and first aid. And it's my oxygen unit with the first aid mental health kit. And so I'm really kind of diving into that more than anything, because it motivates me to, we're struggling with mental health in the workplace. And now we're struggling with mental health in our regular homes. So we're finally now going away from the workplace and going straight into the homes. And I'm starting a home program with oxygen and mental health first aid.
Well, absolutely amazing, Mark. I know you guys had let us use one of these home kits at home just to, I guess, to experiment with it and to see how it would work. And it was funny, my daughter came over for dinner and she had a big test and she had all this anxiety. And we actually put her on the oxygen for 10 minutes.
Good.
Made her feel amazing. Another example was Angela. She gets anxiety right before she's about to shoot a video. So she would jump on the oxygen for 5 minutes before she shot a video, and then boom, it was totally calmed her down. So it definitely works. So my next question is, then, what have you guys done to expand your business during COVID? And I'm guessing this has to do a lot with it.
Well, for sure. Look, everywhere you turn now, everybody's talking about mental health. They're talking about mental health at home. They're talking about mental health in the workplace. For us, I guess we've kind of pivoted, and now that I'm pivoting toward the home, and using it in my own family, and finding out that I'm using it into other people's families, and I'm getting customers calling about the oxygen and how it helps them so much with mental health. We only used the oxygen and first aid when it came to a medical emergency in the workplace. Now we're finding, never mind the COVID part, because respiratory distress, what's the best thing for it is oxygen. What's the best thing for a medical emergency is oxygen. And now I find out what's the best thing for mental health at home, oxygen. Like you said, you're using it and everything else. You have the oxygen unit, which is fully automated. You don't have to be, you have to be taught by us, which is an on-off system, which all you got to do is turn it on and turn it off, and you know that. And for us, I guess, this is the new post-COVID world. We're getting back to work, and the world's slowly getting back to normal. But we're lacking in certain areas when it comes to the mental health problems, and we're lacking in certain areas where people are having a hard time going back to work. So if I could have kits and things like that, where you actually have something that helps you. Remember, when it comes to mental health, you definitely need, what's your first thing? You go to therapy. You might do medication, but then after therapy and medication, what comes after that? Nobody knows. Nobody, there's breathing techniques. So here is something that I found that's an actual, something you can use for mental health. And I found out that it was working in the workplace. So now I'm trying to shift over to say, well, let's get into the homes then. People need it there. And I guess for us that pivot is now going into the homes and changing, and that's how we're gonna look at, I guess, post-COVID.
And how's the response been? Sorry?
Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Oh, you nailed it, buddy. You nailed it.
Oh. I don't know if I went off topic or not.
No, you're great. So how has the feedback from people that you've given these oxygen devices for in-home use, besides ours, which was great? What's the feedback been so far for you guys?
So the feedback it started with the businesses. So I'm getting, especially my downtown businesses, they're calling, and I've gotten a few different people calling saying that since I've told them to use oxygen for mental health, they've used it for mental health, and some of their employees who usually have to go home if they're having certain issues with panic and anxiety and everything else, they're using the oxygen for 5-10 minutes, and they're going back to work. As far as the home kits go, we've only given out maybe just under a dozen of these kits to people, and I'm already getting the phone calls and the feedback coming back that they love it. They love the idea of being able to put oxygen on them. It calms them down right away. You know, I mean, they might think it's a placebo effect, but it's also a medical effect that's coming in. And definitely, you know, I mean, when you're talking, you know, all these professionals are talking about the vagus nerve and all this and how to, you know, I mean, de-stress yourself. The oxygen is one of the best things. The kit's one of the greatest things you can use. And I'm finding the best thing is the refresher spray. If they're going to have, all of a sudden they have lots of anxiety, bang, they put on the oxygen and they turn it on, they turn it off. They give themselves a nice cooling, refreshing spray. And then they can start going towards getting, you know, to the next step after that, which is getting back to your day in life.
Well, that's absolutely amazing, Mark. And I think, you know,
It's nice.
You can tell. Well, I think you're helping break down the, you know, the stigma around mental health, which I think just that wall needs to be torn down, because I think we all deal with it at some point of our lives. I know I have over the years. And, you know, it's just incredible what you guys are doing and thinking outside the box and really pivoting during COVID, which is absolutely amazing. So how can somebody get a hold of you guys if they would like to maybe jump on this in-home program, or maybe somebody has a business here locally and they need your services? How can they get a hold of you?
Well, you know, I mean, you can call us or email us directly from sostech.ca. So sostech.ca. Our company is SOS Emergency Response Technologies. I'm hoping you'll give out the email and our phone numbers.
Well, just say it and we'll make sure it's over the screen. So
SOS Emergency Response Technologies. Our website is sostech.ca and the phone number is 604-277-5855. And you can put 0 and ask for me personally or Stacy.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate that, Mark. And I always ask one last question every episode here. And my question to you today, my friend, is, in your own words, what does it mean to be a Richmondite?
Oh boy, a Richmondite.
A Richmondite.
Like I said earlier, I've been here since 1979. I mean, I consider myself Mr. Richmond. Love the city. I have put on shows here. I have volunteered here. I have done first aid and safety here. I've taught first aid and safety. I've put programs together here. Richmond I've raised families here. I take care of some pets here. Richmond is my home. This is my place. This is anywhere I travel. I just can't wait to get back to here. It's still the best place around. I just don't want to say that too much because then more people want to move here.
Well, I don't mind people moving here, Mark. I'm going to let you know that.
We're an island. Yeah, we're 20 minutes away from the city.
Yeah, so exactly.
I love that. I love it. Are we Richmondites or Islanders?
Sorry?
Are we Richmondites or Islanders?
Well, I guess, we're both, I guess. Richmondite Islanders. There you go. Well, perfect, buddy. I really do appreciate you coming on with us today, and I really hope that you know, we can get these devices in more people's homes and help people out, because, like I said, mental illness is a stigma that we need to start breaking down those barriers and start opening up and having people talk about it more. And really appreciate what you guys are doing, and thank you so much, my friend.
Now, Chris, one more thing.
Yep.
All the homes that you're selling, you should put one of these right into those.
There we go. I like the way you work, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.